In this video, I'll be illustrating these cuties from my fourth kids book, Goldie Stripes in the World. If you're interested, make sure you stick around. If you're new here, and I'm sure most of you guys are, I'm MJ Universe, as I like to go by, and this is the start of me self-publishing my fourth kids book called Goldie Stripes in the World Protect the House. I'm using a couple of different paints, like gouache for the first time, and I'm starting with a nice little greenish wash for the background. Before I super get started, I know that a lot of people on YouTube, like a lot of the professional painters, like put out their colors and they show you exactly what they're gonna use and blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's not me. I am very much a go with the flow, figure it out as you go. I think it may be because I'm a noob to this, although I've been doing it for a while. Either way. And this is watercolor, and this process took me way longer than I recorded it for. Mostly because it's the same, I'm just layering the greens and making this look like a nice foresty scene at nighttime for these kitty cats. So as you can see there, we jumped a bit, and now I'm using actually a little bit of black and a little bit of darker shades of gray just to make it seem like it's more nighttime. Next, I'm going to go in with the gouache paint, and we're going to start with Miss Diva. She was the first female character, the girl kitty in my book, and now that I'm saying that, I realized my book has a lot of boy kitties in it. Maybe I've just had a lot of boy kitties in my life because mostly all of these cats are based on real life pets and kitties that I've known in my life. But yeah, she's the first one. There's another girl kitty too. Her name is Harmony, and I love them so much. They're both just precious little thingies ever. Is that a word? I don't know. I'm making it. I noticed with the gouache paint in particular, this was my first time using it, so I won't say it was trial and error because I didn't really have too many problems with it. I actually like gouache paint a lot. I was I was watching, I think her name is Paya's art here on YouTube, and she really described gouache paint really well. It's like it's kind of like watercolor paint, but it's also like acrylic paint. You can build it up, you can water it down. I really like it. I like it a lot. All of the materials I'm using, by the way, are from Five Below. So these paint brushes, the paint, both the gouache and the watercolor paint are all from Five Below. And like I said, my brushes and the actual painting mat that I'm using. And then we went in with some yellow ochre. Is that how you say that color? I don't know. We went in with the orange, and we're filling out Goldie's coat right now. And moreover, what I was talking about with gouache and how you have to build it up, I noticed that the darker the color, the easier it is to set onto the page, if that makes sense. So with Goldie here and his orange, I had to build it up quite a bit. Like I had to use a lot of paint for him. But it was worth it. And y'all might be wondering, MJ, why did you even start writing a kid's book based around cats? Well, obviously, I have a thing for kitty cats, right? I love animals in general. Like, I'm not a dog or a cat person. I love them all very much. And these kitties were all cats from my childhood. And when I was little, I would always think, like, I wonder what they're thinking. I wonder when they go outside, like there were a couple of times we let Goldie out. I always wonder when they go outside, what is it that they are always so like eager to get outside to go do? And so from there, I fell down this rabbit hole of what if these kitty cats have a bigger purpose? What if they are meant to protect us silly humans from something that we don't even realize is happening, right? You know how nature knows things before we do, that type of thing? That's where that came from. As you can see now, we're getting into the next part of the picture, which are these fireflies, lightning bugs, however you want to call them. I call them both. Was anybody else as obsessed with these little buggies growing up as I was? Because I didn't used to do the bad things that boys did to them, like step on them and drag them across the ground, the concrete, I didn't want to collect them, like put them in a jar either. They were just, I don't know, they were bugs that lit up at night. So, of course, as a kid, you're gonna think, what is this thing? But yeah, I've always had I don't really like bugs, but something about these guys they're still very intriguing to me, I guess is the word. I ended up using the gouache paint for these little buggies as well. I think I may have used some black acrylic paint just to make sure you can actually see their wings. And then I went in and did this really cool effect that you might see in the next clip, might see a little later on. But I used white gouache paint, and that made a cool effect with their wings. So you can kind of see through them. They look a little transparent, like a real bug's wings would look. You'll see later what I'm talking about. If you're wondering what they're doing in this scene, they are pretty much giving Goldie and Diva a cute little light performance at night in the sky, because what a better stage for these little dudes than, at nighttime, so they can really shine. Yes, that was corny and cringy. I don't care. You're gonna hear a lot of that around here, okay? Get used to it. And this is the part that I was telling y'all about. This was probably one of my favorite little techniques to try out. Like, as you're watching it, this is the first time I'm trying it. With how versatile gouache paint is, I can water it down, build it up. In this case, I watered it down just a bit and didn't use too much. So you can really see that they're wings, but you can kind of see through them. I made that point enough, huh? Okay. Now we are almost at a point of completion, but as you can see, we need to fill in these little babies. So we're gonna go in with white paint around Goldie's mouth, because that's just how his coat is colored. And then we're gonna go in with nice little dark brown orange stripes, because again, that's just part of his character. I felt a little bad for Goldie Boy in book 4, mostly because he sat out for a good portion of this book. As you can see, he has on this cone and he got his ear messed up in the last one, y'all. I would want to tell you exactly what happened, but I also don't want to spoil my own story. So if you want to check out what happened to him, read this one or read the last one. But yeah, all of this pretty much made Goldie a much stronger cat. Before this, he was just an itty bitty baby who thought he could do it all, and like in real life, something stops you and checks you, and then you reevaluate yourself. And that's pretty much the lesson I would like for people to learn through his little incident. And now we're filling in the eyes, and we're starting with Miss Diva and her gray moon colored eyes. Little cutie pie. And then we're going in with Goldie and his brown eyes. I've noticed that a lot of people who illustrate orange cats give them green eyes, but again, because I wanted it to be somewhat realistic, most people have brown eyes, and I wanted Goldie to represent all of us in some weird way. After that, I'm using the same technique I did with the fireflies and their wings, and I'm going in with a little bit of watered down white and some light blue, and we're filling in this cone. Y'all could thank me now for all of the edits of me going through the same spot like 45,000 times. And now that everything, well, a good 98% of this is done, I have now been going in and I've been outlining everything in the picture that's important. I'm pretty sure that's a technical term for this that I'm just not saying because, of course, I'm new to all this, so y'all just go with it, okay? And with that, I added a bit of like white dots to Goldie and Diva's eyes to make them come alive more, and it is pretty much done. This will be in chapter 6 of my 4th book, and I'm so excited for the world to see it. It is out now, actually, so if you like kitty books for your little ones, or if you even want to read a cat book, go ahead and check it out. Also, go ahead and subscribe because this is now a series where I'll be illustrating one picture from every chapter of my book, and it is 9 chapters total. So until my next video, make sure you get into it.